Could you explain your role in the supporting people to move as a part of the transforming care team?
So it's a range of different things that I've done, from working with the different social workers and so on within the team, for giving them information that may be able to support people with different things to reassure them. And then it's been a while since I've done a lot of those. Sometimes as well, it's been there was one case where I helped someone that the Transforming Care team were working with to be able to record their story, and we had a sharing good practice day, and we wanted to do it as a video, because actually you can read all the words you like about someone, but actually hearing the story from someone themselves is far more powerful.
Why did you decide to become a part of the Transforming Care team?
So my job isn't just for the Transforming Care team, but it's across the adult disability service as it is now. It was the learning disability and autism service. So I used to receive support from the council, and I saw this job come up, and I wanted to give something back, because the skill set that I have about my experience of using support services, and I wanted to basically be able to use my experience and be able to help other people with learning disabilities and autism to have the best lives possible.
Do you feel like being a part of this team is something you want for the long term?
I've been doing my job for 5 years now, and there's been a lot of change in that time, between where Transforming Care team sits and how the service has changed into an adult disability service. I kind of see myself working within the kind of field of work long term, but always keep my eyes open for what opportunities there may be to do support in different ways.
What do people need help with before moving?
There's a real range of things what people need help with. So some people have been in long stay hospitals, institutions for a long time, so they might not know what to expect of life, what opportunities there are. So for me, the thing that people may need is they may need to be able to go and visit somewhere to kind of get a flavour, feel what that looks like. Because sometimes you talk about it and they may have had talks in the past and things have fallen through, so they've not happened. So visiting places, that they need basically good, clear communication, but most importantly, is someone that listens to some of them, because people have their voices, and it's about making sure we really are comfortable.
What do people need help with during moving?
Reassurance that things are going to be okay. Some things, it may be that kind of practical things about going shopping. Some people might not have anything, so they may need to go and buy things to set up home.
What do people need help with after moving?
After moving, I think people need someone to check how they feel, to look at the things that have gone really well. So you're focusing on those positives, finding out what they've learned. They may have learned some new skills when they've moved. Also, to get to know the area that they live in, because if they've not lived in that area before, you want to know where your nearest pub is, where your nearest takeaway, where's your supermarket, all of those essential things that people want to do. And it's really difficult because of the times we're in at the moment, to kind of do those things.
What was your experience of moving out of your own home like?
My last experience of moving was 5.5 years ago into where I live now. And that was, I moved out of supported living because became lots more independent, and I wanted my own place, somewhere that really felt like home, and I could make that work, and it fitted in with me starting this job. Um, all of the timing just worked quite well. It was a really positive time, and I think that was like the word freedom just came to my head, because it was like the first flat where it's like, this is my flat. I can decorate the walls how I want it, just like a whole setting up of a whole flat. So it was like, okay, I chose all of the furniture I wanted, and just an exciting time, really. But each of the moves has been stressful in its own way, because I have Asperger's as well. So my routine and structure is really important in my life. And when you move, it can be quite an upheaval. And so you don't have the things you want all of the time. That your same routines, like, you're changing. I had to change where I shopped, and I get used to where things are in the supermarket. So I think the things that everyone experiences in different ways. Something that helped, each flat I've moved into, one thing that I've done on the first night, and it's kind of a tip I would give to anyone: if you're moving, forget about the cooking on your first night. Treat yourself to a takeaway or something, because you're settling into your new home, and you want to be able to do that without the worry about cooking and all of that. So get yourself a takeaway and enjoy it.
What do you like about your new home now?
The main thing I love about having my own home is it's my space. I choose who comes into my flat, into my home, and that's really important to me, because you kind of want the right people to be living with. And like, for me, living on my own works really well. But yeah, being able to live in the right zone. What else do I like? I think I like that I choose what I want to do. Obviously, I work, so there's work, but I can choose what I want to watch on the TV without anyone else to argue with. Choose what I want to eat. Um, and I think basically just like being independent.
Can you give 3 top tips to a professional family supporting someone with moving?
One of the things is listening, and that would be listening to what the person really wants and they need. What we've got to remember is some people may struggle with communication, and being able to talk. So it's being able to listen more than just what the words are saying. You know, if someone communicates using pictures, we've got to listen that way. Using different people to help with different communication methods. I think number 2 would be about planning. Moving can be a really stressful time, for lots of different reasons. But you might, for example, when you're planning to move, it's about saving some money so that you can then buy things that you need when you move, or you may buy some of those things getting ready to move. And then I think another tip would be about, it's a bit strange and it's kind of a little bit repetitive, but should I add this thing? But communicate, talk to someone about how they're feeling, um, what are their worries, any updates you may have, because with moving, things can change all of the time.
Some people say that moving is one of the most stressful things they have ever done. Would you agree?
I think it's pretty stressful when you move, without a doubt. I think that there's lots of reasons why it's stressful, but I think there's different things you can do to help with that stress. So when you're getting ready to move, and if you're moving from somewhere and you've got things that you're taking, so plan what you need to take, and organize that into boxes. And even if you're using your support to be able to help you with that, but almost things that can be unpacked straight away. So, if you want to, you've got the kitchen and you need to unpack the kettle and the cups, you can have a cup of tea whilst you're getting ready for the other bits.
What would you say to someone that is feeling scared and stressed about moving?
Really good question. I think I would say it's okay to feel stressed and that about moving, but most importantly, it's really important to tell someone that you trust about your feelings. Don't let those feelings stay inside, because I try to work off a thing where I say a problem shared is a problem halved. Someone may have the answers to the questions that you have, and that sometimes people don't have the answers, but they can just be reassuring and help you in that way, and that's really important. But stress and anxiety with moving does happen. I gave that tip earlier about thinking about, like when you move on your first night, have a takeaway, take a bit of a chill, just because it is quite stressful. Have something you really enjoy, and if you've got to, you move and you can't find something, don't worry, it will turn up when it needs to turn up. But kind of plan what needs to, you go, okay, box one has to go on first and first unloaded.